do a basic maintenance on your system, give them a call. 704-487-7877. Once again, that's Shelby Heating and Air. Thanks for sponsoring Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
Well, as everybody can tell, we got no JP this morning. So,
the player is down.
The player must have had some action last night for what the player did.
It was a long
Let's
night.
not think about that.
He might have stayed up reading Star Wars.
Is that
last
not what
night.
you wanted to
The
think?
You know
force
what?
is with you.
He probably had a hangover from May the 4th.
That's
you go.
what it is.
That's
There
what I'm
you
saying.
go.
He had a May the 4th hangover.
Nailed it.
No, he sent that to me.
Did you get a happy May the 4th? Too?
Yeah, I
I
sure
don't-
did.
You know, JP doesn't. I don't believe
Does he
JP
have your
has
number?
my number. I don't think he does.
I'll give it to him.
You can give it to him so he can text me Star Wars and stuff. I want to say that while we got a moment here while Kevin's setting up, the 1982 Cherryville State Championship baseball team was recognized in their game against Bessemer City. So a lot of those guys from the 82 team came back. One that comes to mind because my wife's friends with him, Rusty Strout was there, amongst others. Wish I had all the names to read, but a lot of those old guys are still around and came out to the game. And Cherryville won their first round game against Bessemer City on Tuesday night, probably covered here on CSL on radio. So congratulations to the 82 team again, 40th anniversary of their state championship.
Awesome.
All right, NASCAR. We're in Darlington this weekend. And Terry, is this a track you like or don't like?
I like it. I do. I mean, I want to see the new cars out there. I want to see them run together, because a lot of times in Darlington, you'll get a leader and he'll lead for 200 laps by himself out front. Because if you can get out front and have the clean air up against your car without, blogging it down when you're in traffic, you run away a lot of times. So I want to see it with the new car out there and see how tight they can run.
Well, how about have you heard or seen any talk about it's the Darlington's famous for the Darlington stripe. These cars have sometimes it seems like they held up really good, but Terry, as far as the tires go, them things.
They shred.
That's the biggest issue, is not like the car when it seems like when it hits something, it's fine. It can back into fences and it's been okay, but if anything touches a tire, wheel, or whatever, something's going wrong. And I think they've got to work on some of that, don't they?
It happens a lot down there if you've ever watched the races before, and Darlington's good about beating up your tires in every race that you come down there.
I wasn't even thinking about it being Darlington. Goodness, man, this might be nothing but tire. They might run 15 laps a tire.
Maybe.
Like, seriously,
maybe 20.
It tears them up, and these new tires are getting torn up.
Isn't this the track too tough to tame?
Right.
They always called it that because your tires wear out, and then the next thing you're in the wall.
Yeah, if you watch the cars, though, you can see them just bouncing through that track, and I know they've repaved it and stuff like that, but I know before, I mean, you could just watch your cars. And as they come around corners, just watch them how much they bounce.
So, in other words, the track at Darlington just mirrors the rest of the roads in the great state of South Carolina.
Yes,
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Got that.
But one thing I love about the place, and you're talking about running up against the rail, I mean, them guys will be like 2-3 inches off the rail, and that's where they'll run once they get going.
Yep.
Up at the top.
We've got paint schemes. If Darlington is always throwback weekend, and we've got some paint schemes for the folks watching online.
I can't get used to the offset number. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It just doesn't look right. What do you think, Zach? I mean, that paint scheme looks awesome.
Yes.
But I think the number one just needs to be slid back a little bit.
Why?
I don't know, Terry. It just seems like it should
They're
be
moving forward, Tom. That's what it's about. NASCAR.
Well, you know all about moving forward, Mr. 1985 over here with your pencil and paper and notes that you bring in every week. So you know all about moving forward.
No, it's true.
Give me a break, moving forward.
Well, Ross Chastain in the one will be in the Coca-Cola car. I don't know if that don't look like a throwback at all. If any of y'all recognize any paint schemes,
leaning back.
There's the two car.
I think it's an
and
awesome
Menards,
scheme.
Yellow and green.
That's how come he never wins. He's leaning back.
Is that looks like the Mellow Yellow car?
That looks like the Superflow car from the Days of Thunder movie. You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Here's the 3 in a blue and white. I don't know what this is. This is 2, but this is who's 3? Austin Dillon.
Yes.
Yep. So he's in the 3 Huck gear. And then the 4 is in the Chasing a Cure pink and black and white car this week. The 5 is in a Hendrick Chevrolet.
That's ugly.
That's Larson.
That's Kyle Larson. I was trying to get a NASCAR.
You don't have to worry about him, Tom. He's leaning back.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy for Hendrick? Byron, didn't he just sign a new 2-year deal with Hendrick? Thought I heard that on the radio.
William Byron.
Yeah, William Byron. That's right. Just got a 2-year extension with Hendrick. Every Hendrick driver has won a race this year. Am I right with that?
I'm not.
I think everybody on their team's won a race. Yeah, I think everybody on that team's won a race this year.
Yeah, I'm not 100 on that one. But all right, going through some more. The 6 cars in the blue light. Look for something.
There you go.
This is the one my daughter likes. He had this in the
straight up, Tom.
He had this at something like this at in Charlotte, and so the Corey LaJoy is in the 777 pink car. So that's kind of a nice little play on that. It's a lottery car, Tom. 8 is in the 3 key. Whatever, I don't even know. Napa is Chase Elliott this week. Almirola is Almirola in the 10 now? Is that who's in the 10? Who's in the 10, Terry?
Eric Almirola.
Okay, he's in the Smithfield. Hamlin in a black FedEx.
FedEx look nice.
There's the old Rusty Wallace throwback for Advance Auto Parts in the 12 car, the old Miller Genuine Draft throwback for him.
Man, I remember that. The Miller Genuine Draft car. Wasn't it a Pontiac? I want to say it was a Pontiac.
It may have been a
before
couple
it was
of
a Ford.
times. Yeah. The 14 cars, Mahindra Tractor, 16 green Athletic, 17 black and gold, looking like DeWalt, but it's sponsored by Socio. So the throwback to Matt Kenseth.
And the champion of the race, number 18.
There's a.
How do you have a champion of a race? You have a race winner, a champion of the season, Terry. You don't have a champion of the race.
Choke an egg.
What does that even mean?
It's suck an egg, not choke an egg.
That's what I'm saying.
Logistics, guys.
Oh, God. All right, Joey Logano will not be in a bright yellow car this week for the first time. Well, he'll be in a red with gold. Who's that? Terry, is that a throwback to anybody you know of just off the top of your head?
Just with the Pennzoil on it.
That's all I can see.
Yeah.
Moneyline 23, Bubba Line will be in his regular paint scheme. The 24 William Byron this week will be in the Flame edition of the Jeff Gordon throwback, not the Rainbow Warrior edition, but the Flames.
You wish he was Jeff Gordon.
Well, a lot of people do. Leaf Filter 31. Ain't nothing exciting on some of these.
That's a nice little tire, 34.
A nice little what?
I mean, a car.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's he talking about? Tire. Sorry. 42 Ty Dillon, the Petty GMS, a throwback to an old Petty race car back in the day. That thing
I don't know if I've seen that.
I don't know whether I've seen that.
That's probably a Lee Petty or
okay.
Or that's not a Richard. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember him having any white cars.
Look at the old style number.
That's what I'm saying. The 42 is driven by Lee, right, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a Lee Petty throwback. And in fact, didn't Lee Petty go over the wall at Darlington? And that might even be
a possibility.
There's a chance that might even be the car design. So I'm sure we'll hear about it during the race. I need to research that too. But I remember going to the beach as a kid. Every time we did, Tom and Dad would point at that hill in the corner. That's where Lee Petty went over the wall. Got up, and got some hot dogs and some fries at the concession stand. They pulled his car back in. He walked in, got back in the car, and kept racing.
That's the way it used to be. That's the way it used to be when you had real men. You used to have real men.
That was when
back
when Jordan used to play basketball.
Before they moved forward.
Yeah.
Back when they moved forward. Yeah, before they moved forward.
43's in the Petty blue with an old throwback number. So the Petty GMS and the numbers are the throwbacks.
One thing I liked, and that's why I was waiting until we got to the next one because I couldn't remember on the other cars, but on 42 it even had where they was from, like Statesville, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like that.
We're at
On the 42, it had it on the back fender.
at Statesville, North Carolina.
Well,
Rode on,
under Eric Jones's name right there, it says Talladega Boy.
you know,
How
I
you
think
see
they
that?
ought
Is
to,
he from there?
you know.
How do I see that? It's right there in the little. I'm looking at it right here on this one. It's a
It's
little
like
bigger.
Oh, I guess that's when we get older.
There's Kurt Busch, and he's in the McDonald's this week. So Kurt,
so
and the
Bill Elliott's
45.
all right, isn't it?
Mhm.
McDonald's. Yep.
Nature Valley 47. How about the old Mark Martin lookalike in the 48? Here with the you know,
The old
he
Valvoline
obviously
car.
used to
Yep.
drive the 6, but it's the Valvoline.
He's got the little Valvoline and moniker up in the back window, but
So I found the car that they're obviously making this look like. Lee Petty 1959 Oldsmobile 88 is what this car is. I'm gonna pull it up for the
Look at that
folks online as soon as I can find the right buttons to press. Here we go, Zachary and
How about that?
Terry and
That
Tom.
thing.
There you go.
Here's the Petty car that they're making it look like. So it's a 1959 Oldsmobile
Back
88. Here's the picture of
Look
it
at that.
on the track.
back when it was truly a stock car.
So yeah. So for the
Yes.
folks watching at home, let's see. Let me go to smart board, and we can switch back and forth to the Petty cars.
that
here.
thing weighed 10,000 pounds.
So there's what it looks like for the folks at home when it raced, and this is what it looks like today. Hey, here's how about you? He's talking about Lee
Look at
Petty
that
crashing.
one.
This is the one at Daytona. That was in the 73, not the 40. 42.
Is he run over somebody else's car?
Let's see. Here's him sitting in front of that car. Obviously, the picture's been reversed.
Look at
with
that.
The numbers
He's out there in
backwards.
his plaid shirt,
Yeah.
jeans.
He's got his helmet on, Tom. What are you talking about?
That's awesome, though. I mean, it was really,
Look,
it was truly
look,
stock car.
That
racing.
guy
Yeah.
in his plaid shirt and
That's
jeans
awesome.
did this.
Yep.
Yep.
That's Bo and Luke Duke right
Yeah, man.
there.
They've had those spacesuits for a long time, though. I mean, they've wore them for forever.
Now here's as old as it gets, as far as one of his older ones in the 42.
See, I got the classic quality tires on the front of that thing.
Now this is what the 43s is probably trying to look like right now. We'll skip over to them. So this is a 1960 Lee Petty Plymouth Fury is what that is. So there's the
Check out the tail fins. It's awesome. They should have put them on the. They should have put them on the car. Just bolted on some tail fins. My mom had a '58 Rambler that reminded me of that. Had big tail fins on the back.
there's you some a little mixture of Lee Petty cars. And now Tom, that's a good shot of it in the actual shop, all fixed up and nice for you 43 fans.
Is that in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, and it might not be in the Hall of Fame. That might be in the Petty or Daytona or somewhere like that.
That's on my to-do list this summer. I need to get up to the Hall of Fame. I always mean to get up there, and I never do.
There's the Daytona crashed car that we just showed the picture of him in Airborne. That's the rest of it.
Yeah.
So there's some fun Lee Petty throwbacks and Richard in the Petties. 77, 99, and that's about it. So that's some NASCAR throwback paint schemes. Let me pull up your favorites for this weekend.
Yeah, who's going to be champion?
Who's favorite at Darlington?
Who's going to be the champion of the race, Terry?
Darlington?
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch. Of course, it's a good track for him. Everybody wrecks, so he likes it when that happens.
Kevin Harvick's always good down there.
Yeah, he is.
This didn't. Jeez.
Darlington's a little over a mile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the in-betweeners.
I think it's like 1.2 or something, isn't it?
I was trying to click on the who's
right, it's
favorite,
right.
but
Yeah.
instead of putting them in like who's favorite in order, it had them in who's favored in alphabetical order. So I was not reading all of that. There's usually a Darlington 101 on here for me to click on, and I do not see it this week, Tom. So I was going to answer all of your questions about the Darlington track, but I'll have to go to the Darlington schedule instead.
Kevin, are you not prepared for class today?
It looks like NASCAR isn't prepared for class. They usually have a link right at the top that says Dover 101 or Talladega 101. What's today? Saturday? We've got today practice at 10:30 a.m. and qualifying at 11 for Cup. So if you want to kind of get into that after we get off the air, that's what they'll be doing. The Mahindra Rockstar 200 today on WCSL 1590 AM 92.9 FM. You're listening to us right now Xfinity Series racing today, 1:30 p.m. And then tomorrow, Mother's Day race, 3:30 p.m. Goodyear 400 in Darlington. So there's your schedule for the weekend. Like I said, they haven't done any qualifying yet for the folks at home, so I can't even tell you on that. So Terry, you I got a starting lineup for the Xfinity Series. I got a starting lineup for everybody but that. So you got any feelings on this one? I'm not seeing. I'll find the favored list here in a second since that's not working like it's supposed to be.
If I have no inside information, I'm just going to go with Larson.
Why?
Because he's having a good year. Arguably the most talented driver out there. Terry,
okay.
Would you not say arguably he's the most talented driver out there?
He's probably second on my list.
Behind
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, who wins one race every couple of years.
He's won over 200 and some, Tom.
Yeah. If we count races like when he was in elementary school.
You know what I love about going to these places though, and I know y'all been to a lot, but sometimes you're able to walk out on the tracks, and have you ever got up to the track, Tom, and started to walk out there and look back to make sure there wasn't no cars coming?
Actually, I have. At Darlington. Really? I went to Darlington in like '94.
Wait a minute, no. Here's an even better question. Did you check both ways?
Well, no, I just looked back. I did not look forward.
Did you look right?
Yeah.
Or look left?
You know what I used to like to do when I lived in Charlotte? There was when I actually lived in Harrisburg. I lived a couple miles from that track, and I used to like to go to qualifying because in qualifying you can get right down there
right up
and
next
just
to it.
once they go by. That was pretty cool.
Tom, were you Joe Dirt in college?
I had more. I had more free.
Let it go by.
I had more free time. I mean, it's just like, you had more free. When you were in college, it's like, hey, let's go and watch qualifying. Okay, let's go. Now it's like, no, I got to cut the grass. Got to do this, got to do that.
Well, here's your odds. Larson is the favorite to win. Then Truex, Hamlin, Elliott, Kyle Busch, Byron, Blaney, Chastain, and Bowman are your top 5, 8, 9, and Logano will round up your top 10 favored to win.
Where was Harvick?
11.
11th? How about that? He's raced good down there.
He's not having a good year.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
How about that?
Larson's not even on that list. No, he's number one on the list. Okay, there he is.
Oh, my God.
For a second, I was looking down there and said, how's Larson not on the list?
You wonder how.
For a second, I was like, where? What?
Wonder how this car has, when you're an older school driver, which Harvick would be, this new car might be affecting him just a little bit.
I think, the drivers, yes, he's got an advantage because he's got a good crew chief. So the ones that's got the crew chiefs that have seen almost about everything, I think can make the quicker race decisions on what to do and how to fix things. The problem is that they've never seen some of the issues, but like with the Hamlin situation last week and the wheels coming off and everything, it seems like a lot of teams that are having either that or tire issues, and now we're in Darlington, Terry, and that's it's got to be a big story, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. And what I hope is this race is like Atlanta, because I didn't think Atlanta would be as tight nuck as it was when we just raced down there. And I hope this race is just like that, where everybody's up there. Then you have a tire issue, you're wrecking a lot of cars, buddy.
Could be. You're right. Elliott's first in points, Blaney, Byron, Kyle Busch, Bowman, Chastain, Truex, and Larson. Zach and Terry, who y'all picking?
I'm going with Logano.
Logano from the 10th favorite
One of our
spot.
estranged employees always referred to
That's
him
why I
as that.
said that. I thought you'd get that for him.
Terry?
Oh, I've already picked mine.
Who'd you pick?
Kyle Busch.
Oh.
I thought you was going with Harvick, Terry.
Well, I do like him down there, but he just got through someone. He's 11th. Come on.
Well, NASCAR likes to do this, and guys win that haven't won yet. So the highest rated person in the odds who hasn't won yet is Ryan Blaney. And then no, I was wrong. Martin Truex is the highest person in the odds that has not won. So I'm going to go Martin Truex with my pick this week and see if NASCAR does the fix. All right.
Another thing you need to always look at is the players that are below 16. There's some of the well-known ones down there below. Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, that are below 16. And Brad Keselowski, he's down to like 24th or 25th.
He's not having a good year.
No,
he's not having a good year. I thought Wallace would have a little bit better year in that new ride, but it's still relatively early though. A lot could happen.
All right,
Looking
guys.
down there, I wouldn't think Kevin Harvick could be down to 12. Would you,
yeah.
I mean, he's had some really, was it 20 or 21? It was him.
2 years ago. He
Yeah,
was winning all the races.
he or Hamlin seemed like was winning every
and
race.
then last year they couldn't win any.
Yeah. But, once they change up the design on the cars a little bit and NASCAR changes the rules a little bit, then that affects where they are. But
All right, guys.
Logano at 9th is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I think I would expect if you asked me who's going to be higher at this part, Harvick or Logano, I'd have definitely went with Harvick. But that's Zach's adopted favorite son now, Logano.
Zach, hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Want to say, hey, before we get a break here, JP, he is watching live online, believe it or not, after he clicked over from the Pokemon.
All right, JP. Hope you feel better, buddy.
That's
JP's
it.
not watching
No lie.
online. He's got a video game on his phone, and he's got it running in the background. It's white noise for him.
He's making sure you do the correct thing in there, Kevin.
I've got to come over here and press all the right buttons. I haven't found the Pokemon button yet, but I'm looking for that. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family on.